in looking at my brand archetype, I'm in the process of going to build a separate Facebook page just for my photography. I want to separate my personal from my professional a little bit more. Even though I've got 900 fans or friends on Facebook, I want to be able to have an excuse to have just a studio space where I can throw anything related to my photography and know that I'm not thrusting that unwanted on people, that they actually have to sign up to like the page to be able to see it, and they understand that what they're getting is just my photography. So today I want to go ahead and launch Facebook, but before that I organized some things in here, such as a few profile photos, and I'll just go ahead and drag this into Bridge. We can take a look at those. Just a variety of things. And you know, that image is kind of an explorer. If you look at a lot of these images, are explorer, and here's the academic type, etc. We wear uniforms. We put on a persona based upon who we are and what we're doing. So I want to encourage you to figure out what that is for yourself. Also, I went ahead and grabbed a couple of images and thought about what would be my cover art. And to me, this image represents exploring, going in, going deeper, which is what I tend to do with my photography. This expresses something about the kind of imagery I do. And so I just went and grabbed a few things that I can experiment with as we go along. So I'm going to go ahead and launch Facebook. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead, and here's my personal page, and you notice I do include photography and I do include some other things, but I also have people posting stuff that's not related to my photography, and so I'm going to try to control that a little bit. And actually, if I go home, you'll see that I also have one for one of my companies that I will post anything related to visual media. So this becomes kind of my storage spot for anything that I think is particularly interesting. So yesterday I came across a video about projecting images on buildings and interactive media. I think this is something worth paying attention to. So this is more of the analytical, theoretical side of visual media. I have another page that's related to my publications, right? So I put that in there as well. And you'll see stuff that is related and posted both places. But here's where I'm going to put anything I think is truly creative, visually stimulating, thought-provoking, creative. So I'll do that. Well, now I want to put something that's just about my photography. So I'm going to create a page. And I've got some options here, and I think I'll go ahead and select the artist option and put that in there, and then I'll just put Ira Gardner photography. Now I thought about doing something like, you know, photography by Ira Gardner, visual journal, but in reality I think I'm just going to go with Ira Gardner photography because most people are going to find it by finding me by name first. I have a pretty memorable name. There's not that many Iras out there. And so by putting it Ira Gardner Photography, if anybody does a search Facebook, they'll come up with my personal and they'll come up with this branded page as well. So there's a certain advantage to that because I have people that are looking for me on Facebook. Well, they might also come across my photography page and go for that. So I'll go ahead and get started with that. We'll see what happens. Okay. So I have to put something in here, right? This is a page where I want to share my personal photography projects. Now, I'm not going to brand it as just fine art. I'm not going to brand it as just commercial art. Facebook is more casual. It's a dialogue. I'm going to actually use it to encourage a two-way conversation. I'll put up stuff and then I'll ask people to vote for what's their favorite. Maybe I'll even have them comment, or it's designed to be a two-way conversation as opposed to the blog, which is going to be a more formal presentation. So I'll just go ahead and put that. I'll put my website, iragardner.com. Okay. And then I'm just going to put Ira Gardner Photography as my Facebook. So I'm going to upload a profile photo. I'll go to my folder that I organized all that stuff. Organizing just makes it a whole lot faster. And I need to pick one. And I don't know. I think I'll go with this moody one. I feel moody today. Okay. Next. Add to favorites. Yes. Next. You know what? I'm just going to leave the location because really my market's worldwide, right? Now, age group, I am going to put something in here because the reality is my age group is going to be Gen Xers and baby boomers. So my target market is going to be really the 35 to probably 75. Partly because if there's anybody that would be able to afford my work, it's going to be those with more discretionary income, right? And then I'm going to say gender is all. Okay? So this gives me the kind of how to get around. Yeah, and I don't need all that, right? So now I'm going to add a cover. Right. Show support for the work you've done by setting up your page by liking it. Yeah, okay. I'm going to skip that for now. And I'm going to close that for now. I'm not going to ask. See, look, it's found me already because another artist asked me. I'm going to go ahead and add my cover art. And I'm going to upload the photo. I'm going to go to my cover art imagery. And I'm going to select this image. I think I liked it myself already. I don't know. Oh my goodness. It's amazing how fast it happens. Okay, so now I'm going to relocate that. Now, do you see how that image might reflect the idea of exploration? Right? So I'm going to go ahead and save that change for now. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to my regular Facebook page, and I'm going to open it in New Screen. And I'm going to go back down through my timeline, and I'm going to take a post that's relevant, and I'm going to go, you know what, I'm going to share this, and I'm going to hit share, and I'm going to share it on a page I manage. And now it's going to automatically pull up that page, and I'll post that. Okay? Now I'm going to go to my blog, just for the heck of it, do a couple things. So if I go to my blog at iragardner.com, which I need to get more active with, I'm going to take this post, and I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go back to my page, and I'm going to post it. And I always pause and let Facebook do its thing, which I'm not sure why that's not allowing me to. Any idea why it's not allowing me to scroll? There we go. I'll just publish that. Okay. And what that should do is grab one of the images from that. So I'm going to grab a couple of posts from this blog. And I really like this post in particular. It's one of my favorites of recent work. And I'll grab that one and I'll post it. And I'll publish that. Okay? So now I'm able to interact between my blog, my Facebook, but now I also have the option of I can create albums. I can just drop stuff in, and now I have this weekly thing that I can just update stuff on a frequent basis and show the relationship between my random thoughts of the moment, my more formal thoughts of the blog, and then ultimately I'll take the best of the best and make a web portfolio, which we'll do later in the year. That's how this social media aspect works between Facebook, blogging, website. So I'd like you to spend some time working on your blog, working on your Facebook media, going through and looking through imagery, and pick something that's worth writing about, and do a little bit of writing about that as well. Okay, that's what we're working on today.